What's up, guys? Welcome back to Blueclouds TV. What's up, guys? Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Blueclouds Media. The Football Menace is back again live on Blueclouds Media platform show on YouTube, and you can find us live on YouTube and Facebook, Blueclouds Media on Facebook. And we are back again with another intriguing game that came to an end yesterday. And I know you guys love the game. A lot of you, it depends on where you're coming from. If you're a Chelsea fan, you might like it. If you're a Tottenham Hotspur fan, you might like it and dislike it in certain reason, in different ways at which you saw the game. So yeah, like I said, welcome back to Football Menace, hosted by Nick Zion and Steven, brought to you by Blueclouds Media. This is a show where we talk of everything about football, from the biggest match to the latest news and transfer rumors. And also, like I said, yesterday's game, yes, Chelsea 4-1 victory at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on a Monday was really relentless, where we saw so many drama with red card disallowed, goals and penalty, endless VAR drama. Here we go again with Kulusevski scored son goal, ruled out for offside, and also Udogie avoid the red card. The Romero avoid a red card. Sterling goal ruled out for a handball situation. Caicedo goal ruled out for offside. Romero is sent off also. I think we have Jackson, Palmer equalizer from the Spurs. Jackson goal ruled out for offside. Then Van de Ven pull out his hamstring. Then Madison taken off with a knock. So this is what we have for you guys in the next 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how fast we get everything across the line. Steven and I will take you guys through the review of yesterday's game. There is a lot of topics, not really topics like pinpoint notes to really talk about in yesterday's game. So guys, so stay with us, not go anywhere. We'll be right back in a second. Welcome back again to the Football Menace live on Blueclouds Media. You can stream or you can watch us live talk on Facebook and also on YouTube. That's the platform that we share or we distribute our videos. So yes, you can catch us as on those platforms as we get it going. Like I said, the Tottenham Hotspur suffered a disastrous defeat to Chelsea on Saturday Was it Saturday or Monday night? Yeah, Monday night. Where I don't know what I'm thinking. With a 4-1 victory at home after being reduced to 9 men. Romero was sent off in the first half, and Micky Van de Ven and Destiny Udogie were both sent off with injury. Raheem Sterling and Nicolas Jackson scored for Chelsea in the second half, and Eric Dier had a goal ruled out for offside. Soon Heung-min Song, Soon whatever you want to say his name, also missed a late chance to equalize, and Jackson added in 2 more goals in a stoppage time. Chelsea manager Mauricio Pochettino said his side were the better side and deserved the victory. I don't know how you see it, but I think Chelsea did really play much better. Although they did not get the goals in the earlier stages, as people think, but you have to remember, football is being played in 90 minutes. So no matter when the goal starts to come in or when the goal start flowing, it doesn't really matter. If the goal comes in the last 10 minutes to the end of the game, at the end of the day, it's still 90 minutes of football. So here we are. I'm being joined here by my co-host, Steven. Steven has a wonderful day yesterday. I think he was so much happy. Steven, how are you feeling today by watching yesterday's game?
Before we get into that, let's just touch on something, right? You'll
Okay,
probably know where I'm going with this.
I know, but the fans want to hear.
If Tottenham had won yesterday, they would have been back to the top of the league. Now, here's where we get to what I normally say. Tottenham or Arsenal on top of the table like an elephant on top of a tree. You don't know how it got there. You know it's going to fall. Both were unbeaten going into this weekend. Now, absolutely nobody's unbeaten because we beat Spurs, and they can complain all they want, but they didn't really deserve it because even before the red cards, we were starting to get into the game after the 15 minutes. We had 3 goals in the first half ruled out. They had 1. Okay, they were correct decisions, but just know you got nothing to complain about because you should have had 1 red card in the 18th minute for Udogie, who didn't get sent off till about 40 minutes later because it was the 54th minute when he got sent off. And Romero, questionable, depends how you look at it, could have got sent off earlier, but regardless, both should have been sent off in the first half and only 1 was. So you can't complain about officiating when it was clear and obvious that you should have had 2 red cards. Our young team is currently at the worst point it's going to be at because they're still getting to know each other and they're going to develop together over time and get better. If they've just walked in there, made you lose your heads and go down to 9 men and walk out with a victory when we've not been clinical this season, let's point out, we've not been clinical. We could have had another 2, 3, 4 goals last night, and it could have been a whole lot worse for you. Yeah? Imagine what's going to happen when Nkunku's back for the next game that we play you in at the Bridge. And in the next few seasons where this team's really starting to develop and get dangerous. You ain't got hope if this happened tonight. Yesterday night.
What a fascinating football we all witnessed yesterday. And we've said it many times on this platform that, we know that Tottenham Hotspurs are just like an elephant. We don't know how they found themselves on top of the tree, but no matter what, we know they will fall. The elephant will definitely fall from the tree. And it did just happen. Tottenham Hotspurs fell from the tree yesterday. The perfect record they have in the Premier League was being broken or was being ended by who else but out rival, Chelsea. Chelsea they've always been a difficult team for Tottenham Hotspur so many years. The record alone that Chelsea had at White Hart Lane is more than any other Premier League team. If you look at the statistics, yesterday we did talk about the statistics a bit, and I'm still gonna bring it out here for you guys to see the record without yesterday, record added to it. So this is what is looking like. If you guys saw the record, this is what Chelsea had. What am I using here? All right, so this is the record we have on the screen. Look at that.
That was before yesterday's game.
Yeah, so we're gonna add yesterday's game to it, and that makes it 63 63 with
63
Chelsea
played,
having
34
34 of them.
wins, 15 wins away from home.
Yeah, 34 wins in all compared to Tottenham Hotspur's 8 wins, and the number of losses that they've had in suffer in the hands of Chelsea.
That's
So,
just in the Prem, by the way.
yeah, that's just in the Premier League. It doesn't count because this is Premier League statistics. We don't have the Carabao Cup or maybe the FA Cup. Whatever. What's his name? Alonso have done to this team in the past. Alonso's tweets, and everything. We're gonna bring everything back in here as we discuss the show. But before we move any further, let me acknowledge our friends and the viewers of this platform that are already here today. Gula Mustafa said, "Big up, Neil. What a match it was yesterday. Big up to you. I want to love you forever." So hello, Nick Zion. I hope you are doing well today. Glad Chelsea pulled off the win last night. Yes, outstanding win for the team. There's so many question marks, which we will talk about that later. Red card, VAR drama, Casado goal. Gulam, thank you very much for your comment and also being here. Premier League can never get better than the game we witnessed. What a mess. Coming from Gulam. I love football controversies. Imagine Poch going to defeat the team he created himself. Oh my goodness. I don't think a lot of the players that he did brought in and play with us were the same players that were on the pitch. A lot of them were not there. Dier was one of them. Besides that, Hurricane is a Human Song. Yeah, Human Song is also one of them. So it was Human Song and Dier were the only players that played under Mauricio Pochettino's regime. I want to love you said again that there has been a lot of discussions about the game. A lot of people are saying that Chelsea got lucky with Tottenham getting the red card and being down players. Okay, call it what you want a win. You want a win. A win is win. Period. Absolutely, I agree with you. I want to your spot on. A win is a win. The game has been played 90 minutes, so whoever pull out a win, in football, it's only 3 things: win, draw, and lose. So let me go back to Steven and see what Steven had for us. So Steven, a beautiful game yesterday. Lots of controversies, like I've said earlier on, and I did mention. I did say Kulisevsky's scores, Human Song ruled out. His goal was being ruled out. Udogie avoid a red card. Romero avoid a red card. Sterling goal ruled out for handball. Also, Casado goal ruled out for offside. Romero, I think, also was being sent off. Palmer equalizer from the spot, and also Jackson goal ruled out from offside. Van de Van pulled his hamstring. We saw him leaving the game, and also Madison taken off with a knock. Also another injury. So that is what we have in the game. Steven, why are people taking the credit away from Chelsea and giving it to Tottenham Hotspur? Why do you think so, Steven?
Because they hate us, man. We know the media agenda when it comes to Chelsea. Let's be honest. The fact that they're saying, "Oh, credit to Spurs for this, that, and the other." Let's put them straight, yeah? This needs to be cleared up. Their players lost their heads. That's why they were getting so many cards. That's why they got red cards. That's why they should have been sent off earlier than what they actually was. Right? The manager is then too stubborn to change how high their line is with 10 men. Still doesn't change it when they go down to 9 men, right? Even though we have not been great this season, yeah, in terms of getting results, performances have been, I think we can agree, very good for the most part. But in terms of finishing, we've not been great. But you're playing with 10 and then with 9, and you're keeping the same high line as you had when you had 11 players on the pitch. It's a matter of time until they get punished. The pace of Sterling, the pace of Mudryk, you've got Jackson, you've got Palmer. These players will get past you and they will create chances and they will eventually take those chances. This is what annoys me. it's not okay. Chelsea struggled for a bit to break them down, or Chelsea started slowly, but they came into the game even before the red cards happened for Tottenham. It's just credit to Spurs. They don't deserve credit. The manager's too stubborn to change his ways. You go down one player. I'm putting my line deeper defensively to make it harder for the team to get behind me. You go down to 9 men. Once again, I'm putting it probably even deeper, to be honest with you. And then you have to factor in the fact that their quickest centre-back, Van de Ven, pulled his hamstring, so they've then got Dier in defence in centre-back. The guy can't run. So you make it even worse because you then don't have the pace at centre-back to get back to try and stop the attacks. We've got a picture somewhere that you'll show in a minute that just proves our point entirely about their line.
Yeah, I got that on the screen. And this is what you're talking about,
This
Steven.
one, right? This is when they're down to 9, yeah? Look at this. You've got number 23, which I think is Pedro Porro. Number 15, which is Eric Dier, yeah? You look at the other, what's that? 3, 4. The other 5 defenders there, 38, 5, whoever that one, whoever the other 2 on the far side are, yeah?
Here.
Reece James has the ball.
Oh, is it Reece James? This is
Reece James has the ball there. And then you've got, that might be
Emerson Royale. That's Emerson Royale and Pick or whatever they call him. What's his name? The guy that had that screamer against Kepa Arrizabalaga. Is it Skip? Oliver Skip or whatever?
Oh, it might be Skip. Yeah, you might be right. It
Skip.
might be
That's Skip over there. That's Skip.
Yeah. And then I think it's Højbjerg, Basuma, Dier, and then 23 is Porro.
You know number 30 over here.
Number 30.
This is from I think he's coming from Juventus. To play from Juve.
Is it Kulusevski?
No. Kulusevski is not coming from Juve. Kulusevski was out in this game. This is Pedro Porro.
Number 30. Oh, number it's 30. Bentancur.
Bentancur, yeah. It's coming from Juve.
Yeah, so it's Bentancur there. But look at that, yeah. You've got 5 players that are basically right at the halfway line. Then you've got 2 slightly deeper. If Dier and Porro move up in line on the halfway line with their other defenders, Cucurella looks like he might marginally be offside because of, let's say that's Skip, because I think it is, yeah?
Yeah.
He would just about, I think, be playing him offside. Instead, they're not in that position. Reece James pings the ball over the top. Cucurella gets in behind and gets on the end of it, which, thank goodness he did, because Jackson, Sterling, Palmer, and Mudryk are all offside. This is why you can't play a high line, because you will get runners from deep, especially that high. That's ridiculous. We've got the ball basically on the halfway line and they're stood right on it. You know that ball over the top's coming. We played the ball over the top. We played the balls down the line all game. You go down 1 player, go down 2 players, and you're doing the same thing. Of course, we're going to exploit it even more then. It's exactly what's going to happen. You know that ball's coming.
And they can see, Stephen, they can see that the ball is about to be kicked. And they're still standing there being naive from the coach. I mean, they listen to what the coach tell them. To be honest with you, Ange Postecoglou has been praised with his classic performance yesterday, but I don't see any classic in this. I see stupidity from the coach himself, and I see stupidity coming from the players themselves. But I won't put the blame on the players because they have to listen to the coach's instruction. What they're doing here, you have Heung-min Son standing here trying to capitalize on Chelsea's mistake and giving the ball. He's the only one here. How can he go and score alone all by himself with all these players marking him? And you are playing a high line against the likes of Modric. Jackson is very fast. And you have this Jamaican sprinter over here, Raheem Sterling.
Bro, they literally have 7 players either touching the halfway line or just slightly in their own half. 7 out of 9. Actually, correction, 9 including the keeper. Yeah, so actually, they have 8 outfield players. The only outfield player that's not in their own half or on the halfway line is Son. This is ridiculous. You can't give them praise for this. This picture was tweeted out by the official Premier League account. That's where I got it from. I think the tweet was saying like defending with 9 men by Ange Postecoglou or something like that.
This is
there's no reason to give them praise for this.
This is madness. You know, I don't care. I love it because look, Chelsea tried to do this in about 20 minutes before the game came to an end. They tried to do many times, but then the distribution was a bit too heavy, and goalkeeper was always coming out like 3-4 times. He came to clear the ball. One of them, he almost missed that ball. So let's imagine all those four chances. Yeah. All those 4 chances that the goalkeeper came out to clear as a sweeper keeper. What if he hasn't reached the ball there in time, and Sterling has reached there, and also Jackson have reached there? The goals should have been multiple. It would have been 8 goals. 8 goals.
I said it when I was watching the game. I said his reading of the game to know what's got to happen with the long balls, that he deserves a round of applause. He does, yeah?
Yeah.
Because he's read that. He's not been told to do that. He's reading it going, okay, we're still playing the high line. I know that ball's coming over the top. I need to be further out so that I can clear this up before anyone gets on the end of it. Because he'll know Dier isn't pacey. Dier is going to struggle to get back.
That's right.
So him being there, I think it was Manuel Neuer's the one that really gets credit for it. Like sort of making the sweeper keeper role what it is. Right?
Yeah, he's very good at it, yeah.
It's insane. Like, bro, every time I thought, oh, we're in, all of a sudden, Vicario pops out of nowhere. So what?
I think that was a tactics. He was there as one of the defenders. He wasn't really in there as a goalkeeper because from what the tactics was, okay, we're going to play them offside. They're going to find it difficult trying to get behind us, and we're going to play them offside, and it kept happening. The ball was being played clearly, but luckily the goalkeeper kept coming out to clear those balls. So the Postecoglou should see that it's just a little bit of time. Chelsea's going to get a goal. Just a matter of time. Chelsea will get a goal. Chelsea will get a goal. Chelsea will get a goal. Look at the chance that Cucurella had all by himself. If he has that,
I think it was from this. I think it was from
this.
That
was it.
Exact moment.
You can see. Let me bring it a little bit closer. You can see that Cucurella was the guy the ball was meant for. All these guys were flat-footed. All these guys.
I don't think it was explicitly meant for him, but Reece has seen him making the deep run, and he's timed it perfectly.
Absolutely. And you can see he also flat-footed over here. He might be offside. So Cucurella was a guy, and he's faster than Pedro Porro. Very fast, Cucurella. Pedro Porro is a very, very good player, to be honest with you. What I saw from him yesterday, and I would love to have Pedro Porro in my team. He's a very, very good player. But Cucurella
was giving him that aerodynamic advantage.
Yeah, because Cucurella is already running. Porro is standing. He's about to take off. So at the end of the day, Cucurella will outrun him, gets in the ball before Porro gets there. And because of the strength of Cucurella, he couldn't get that goal. But look, I see a very, very stubborn new manager who think that his ways are the best, but he's going to realize that he's been too stubborn. The style that you were playing at the Japanese league or maybe Australian league is not the same style being played in the Premier League. You have to be adaptable. You have to adapt to the Premier League. You have to change certain ways. You have to have plan B. I did not see plan B for Tottenham Hotspur. They will stuck to their own ways from beginning to the end. And Tottenham Hotspur fans are happy. What are you happy about? Being on top of the table and being smashed 4-1. And you don't have to be happy about it because it wasn't Chelsea's fault that you guys had 2 players sent off. It was indiscipline from your team. When Chelsea started playing football, in the first 15 minutes of the game, Tottenham Hotspurs were all over Chelsea because, one, they're playing at White Hart Lane, they're playing at home, they have all the supporters behind them. That makes it the 13th man on the pitch. So whilst they're playing, they have all the confidence. But as soon as Chelsea found their way of playing, swinging passes together, then Tottenham Hotspur couldn't figure it out. That's when they went in. They lost their head. They went in with very crunchy tackle. And look at that tackle coming from Romero, a World Cup winner. What is this? What is
On
this
his
guy doing
international
there?
teammate as
That
well.
is it. Look at the tackle. Look at that tackle. This is a
You know what? That's not
life-threatening
even the
injury.
worst part about it, you know? That's not even the worst part, because then he goes down and does his ankle as well.
Yeah, yeah. It went right from there, sliding down. And Michael Oliver, who hasn't been a great referee for Chelsea over the years, trying to explain to Heung-min Son that it can't be. This is definitely a red card. And I'll be surprised. Now, I will be very upset if the referee doesn't give a red card for this situation. And also, let's review the, before Chelsea had Cole Palmer had his goal. How long it took for VAR and what they were checking, offside, Jackson's offside, and that goal coming from Caicedo. What a goal it was from Caicedo, Stephen.
Oh, how unlucky, man. Honestly, what a moment that would have been for Caicedo to get his first goal and it be against Tottenham, man. Honestly, it would have been ridiculous. I didn't like, even on the angle they showed where they gave offside.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I honestly don't know how. But the penalty went in the 35th minute, right? So the penalty got awarded about the 31st minute, because it was a few seconds after this. But I think the Caicedo goal was about the 28th minute. So there was about 7 minutes on the check for the goal and then the check on the red card and the penalty to the time that Palmer then scored the penalty.
Right.
But I don't know why Tottenham fans are complaining. What, you was top of the league in October going into November, yeah? Unbeaten, and you want to complain about refs? If any Tottenham fan, and I was just watching a Tottenham fan's vlog of the game, I actually watch them a lot. They do a series I quite like, right? They went to the game and he does voiceover after it, right? And he said, for the record, I've seen it and it is a red card. That's an honest Tottenham fan. That's someone I can respect. But when you got people like, you know, the clip I'm on about, the one that you sent earlier, I saw last night from TalkSport, where they said they got robbed by the refs. Are you mad? Are you actually mad? How? Please explain to me how you got robbed. You should have had both red cards arguably earlier than this point, because this was the first red card they got. The Udogie one, which he got lucky with, was in the 18th minute. He got sent off in the 54th minute.
Mm-hmm.
If they were down to 9 in the first half, game over a lot earlier, they're getting cooked. They're lucky it was only 4.
I agree with you 100%. Before I come back to Stephen again, as we're still reviewing the captivating London Derby game that took place at White Hart Lane yesterday at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. If you don't know about the name of it, it's White Hart Lane, and you're watching live. You're watching Football Minutes live on Blueclouds Media, and my name is Nate Zion, and my co-host is Stephen. We bring you the Football Minutes live each and every day, as we're still seeing some games going on about to kick off, which Champions League games also about to kick off. I know Newcastle is on its way, or either they are at Sydney at this, I think Sydney Iduna Park playing Borussia Dortmund. But before we come back to it, let me acknowledge friends and families and friends and viewers of this platform. I call them family. Why do I? Because we share our opinions on this platform. Gulam, big up to you. Santiago, Diggy, Sav, I123, love you forever. Santiago, thank you for all your comments that you're sharing with us. So Makim, big up to you, Makim. Sister, big up everyone. Gulam Mustafa said, I think Chelsea exploited the situation. Well, they were down. They were down.
He's saying we wore down Tottenham's players.
Yeah. They exploited the situation very well, which is that is right. Chelsea has destroyed Liverpool, Arsenal, and Tottenham Hotspur this season. which is true. We have destroyed
And
all of them, but
unfortunately, we only got 5
Arsenal was
points
very
where we
lucky.
deserved arguably 9 points
9.
out of 9.
Yeah, Gulam said, but I will have to give credit to Spurs. They kept Chelsea on hold regardless of 90 minutes goals by Jackson, where the players had given up on the match. Spurs morale died when the scoreline was 2-1. Coming from Gulam, I agree with you. The morale is not there. They need something. Psychologists to help them out. Last year, Chelsea had an off season, but this year they are definitely showing who Chelsea really is and what they want. If you want it, you have to reach for the stars. It won't come to you. Absolutely, it won't come to you that easily. You have to fight for it. Big up Nee and Stevens, people in the comment. How is it going? Remember to subscribe and smash the like button. Thank you very much. Dig yourself. I hope you're doing very well, my brother. Bad day for Spurs. That's it. Yeah, the fall was bad. It's the foul. Sorry, the foul was bad. Gulam said. He said I will still see even if I will still see even if there were no red card. Let's say I still see Disasi miss and open goal. Okay, Chelsea got 3 points. Yes, Steam. I think team might be off from Jackson too, but still got a lot to improve. Okay, I think the Gulam's comment did not come well. Either it did not come well or I'm not reading it well. Chelsea had more yellow than Spurs, but the Spurs players had brutal tackles. I think a lot of them has to be the indiscipline. Indiscipline. It's not by tackling. Gusta also. Tottenham Hotspurs should have had 4 red cards. Chelsea were clearly outplaying them. Like I said, as soon as Chelsea started playing football in the 20th minute going, Tottenham Hotspurs could not know what to do because the first 15 minutes, everybody was saying Tottenham Hotspurs were too great because Chelsea haven't found themselves yet. In every game, it takes time. It takes about 20 minutes for each team to figure it out themselves. Chelsea have to figure it out. Tottenham Hotspur, Spurs have to figure it out. Chelsea. Tottenham Hotspur did not figure out how Chelsea were playing, but because they have the fans behind them and they're playing home, they were outplaying Chelsea in the first 15 minutes. That should be the tactics. Angie, very naive, thinking he could beat us with 9 men and playing high line. Oh, we never made it. Never made it count at West Ham and lost. This time we learned out. We learned out lesson and won. Should have been a cricket scoreline, which I agree with you, DJ Sav. It should have been a cricket scoreline. Poch put Uguchuki on too late. Enzo was costing for too long in that game. Gallagher did well also, which I agree with you. I think Uguchuku should have come in early. Enzo Fernandez was very wasteful yesterday. I don't know if Steven really agreed with me or he disagreed. Makim said, I think that game made it clear. Cucurella should be in our starting first. Starting left back, okay, which I agree with. Cucurella was
The
good.
issue
The
with
whole
him,
the whole team.
is
Yeah.
you can go to the next 5 games and he'll probably have a stinker in all 5. That's the issue with him. He don't have the consistency to last the season. He was terrible basically all of last season. That's his consistency, was that he was terrible last season. He's not been consistently good. Okay, we're at 4 or 5 games, and I'll give him his credit, as I always say. I may not like him, I may want him gone. But if he plays well, I'm going to give him credit. 4 or 5 games, he's played well. Good. He has to keep it up now. Otherwise, best believe I'm coming back with my criticisms and wanting him gone. I mean, I still do anyway, but you get my point.
Yeah. Stephen, we're gonna talk a little bit about Angie Postecoglou. We've known and we've seen him. A question that I keep asking everyone that is watching and listening right now: who has Angie Postecoglou? Has he beat any other big team? Any other big team? Has he beat any team? Any other big team or better team They played Manchester United. United are not a good team right this season. They've not been playing well. So if
the issue is, unlike us, where we've played well and not got results, we've been unlucky, we've not been clinical. Man U have been terrible in, I kid you not, like every single game they've played, yeah? But they've got someone or they've got a couple players who can pop up with a goal and save them, and then everyone goes, oh, that was brilliant. Or it's not, because they were terrible for the whole game and they just got one bit of luck or one chance that their players were actually able to finish. Whereas we play well, we can't finish, and it's Chelsea are terrible. In terms of finishing, yes. In terms of performance, no.
Okay.
They beat Liverpool, who had... Oh, I wanted to point this out, actually. Liverpool had 2 red cards, yeah? Tottenham were celebrating like they won the league. Tottenham got 2 red cards, and we were robbed. No, you deserved the 2 red cards. There's no argument. And if a Tottenham fan wants to fight me on that, feel free, because you're definitely losing.
All right, Steven said that. Guys, I will send the link in there real quick. Let me know what you guys make of yesterday's game. If you have time on your side and you're free, you're not surrounded with so much noise, and you have some time on you, I'll send the link in there. You saw the game yesterday. I saw the game. I've put my opinion on what happened. We're still digesting things. We have to talk a little bit about VAR. How much money that VAR make in every review? Is the machine really owned by the Premier League board? Do the Premier League own the VAR machine, or is the VAR machine being rented to Premier League to use it? If it's being rented, how much money do they make from reviewing each and every game? Because yesterday we came in to watch a very beautiful game, but I think it was nothing but computer gimmick. To be honest with you, we're just watching computer gimmicks, just replay in and out, and computer games. It's just like a computer game. And I know I'll say that this game that was being played yesterday is good for those that stays home. If you were at the stadium watching a game like this being stopped and played, to be honest with you, I know you were going to be upset. You will not feel like watching a Premier League game. But if you're home, it's comfortable. You don't see nothing much wrong with it. But if you're at the stadium, to be honest with you, I don't think it's good enough. So, guys, I will send the link in. You can join us here in the studio and have your say. Like I said, the platform here is built for all the fans, multicultural fan base channel that's being created over here for you to have your voice. So the link is right there. My name is Neat Zion. My co-host is Steven, and we are bringing you. Okay, I think I can delete it. Okay, I think I sent in the wrong one. Yeah, I sent the wrong one in the link. So let me see if I can get that off.
You sent the YouTube link.
Yeah, YouTube link. Yeah. Sorry, guys, I sent the YouTube link in there. So I think I have to copy the invite. Yeah. All right, so there you go. The link is right there. If you have time, you can join us on the platform. I'm much happy to hear your voice, to hear your view, and how you saw the game. Okay. Steven, VAR. VAR is next on the topic board. VAR is what we have to talk about.
Here we go.
Do you think that VAR is taking too much of the work away from the referee? Of the referees. The referees are not allowed to do their job. Back in the days when there was no VAR, we always see the free-flowing football like we always want to see. Steven, VAR.
My worry is, and I think I mentioned it yesterday, I don't know if I mentioned it in our call or if I mentioned it on stream. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it at one point. And I'm going to ask it as a question to you in response, but I'll finish my point on what you asked, yeah?
Okay.
Are the officials becoming too reliant on VAR, like helping them out and saving them? Are they scared to make certain decisions because there's VAR there to protect them? Right? Because you see it now, right? Honestly, some of the things that we see, there's like, I don't understand. Like, yesterday, right? Okay, he missed the foul on Enzo. Don't know how. That led to the Caicedo goal. That was then given as offside on Jackson. And then they've gone back on VAR to check for a possible red, which, if I'm not mistaken, they would have done even if the goal stood, because that happened before the goal, so they would have had to check anyway, I believe. The one thing I do like, is when they get them to go to the monitor to check themselves, because then they themselves can explain to the players, I've had a look at it, like I've looked at the replay at the monitor, I didn't see this at the time, but having looked at it, I can see I made this mistake, this is what happened, this is why I've chosen this decision, right? That I like. Another issue I have with it is when they send them to the monitor, and notice, when they sent them to the monitor yesterday, the VAR output we were getting on our screens, it was slow motion, if I'm not mistaken, on the Romero one, Let's go back to the audio on the Gusto one, where he got sent off. No,
that's earlier against. Was he against Arsenal?
No. I think it was Villa or Forest.
One of them, I think Forest or Villa.
But the referee was Jared Gillett or whatever his name is. He's on VAR this weekend, and we got Anthony Taylor as the ref this weekend. Brilliant combination.
Oh, yeah, I got it here.
We're in trouble. Yeah. But he went to the monitor, he looked at it, but the audio that they released was, I want to make sure he sees the still image first. Why didn't they show the still image of the foul on Enzo as the first thing that Michael Oliver saw last night? Somebody needs to explain that, because that's not fair. Because
I agree.
Because it's like, okay, we go on about consistency, but that's not even consistency, in the sense that if there's guidelines of how they have to show it, which is what my understanding was based on the fact that they regularly showed the still image as the first thing the referee sees, why did they not do it last night? Because if that's the guideline, which it seems to be based on what we've seen over time, why has it not happened last night? Is it because it was a foul on a Chelsea player? Because I'd be inclined to believe it is, because they hate us. That is a fact. They try everything to do us dirty. I think there's benefits, as I've touched on, but there's a lot of negatives. But like I said to you, like my question in response was, do you think that some referees, not necessarily all of them, but some of them are over-reliant on VAR now because they've had it and like maybe they feel like it can help them out? Like if they make a wrong decision or they're not brave enough to make a decision?
This is what I think. I think the way things have happened, the problem with Liverpool game, now a lot of referees are scared of making bold decisions without attending to VAR. You get what I'm saying? So any legitimate mistake or any infringement, anything that the fans are calling for, shouting and yelling for them not to put their name in the spotlight, just like we've seen early in the season, some referee has been demoted. We saw Anthony Taylor, who has been demoted for about a week, refereeing a Premier League game and even a Champions League game and even could not do it. He came back again. He's coming to referee in a big game. So what I'm saying is things have got to a point that the referees themselves are scared because they're scared for their life. Probably that's all the job they have. Without this job, they won't be able to take care of the family. So instead of them putting their name there as a talking point, they put VAR on the spotlight. So the decisions or the talking point, the media will point fingers at VAR, but not the individual referees in charge. So every little thing they communicate with those inconsistent men in that VAR room to look at it and give decision. And even looking at the monitor, they can still not tell. Just like my brother Gulam over here said, no, I don't believe it. Arsenal fans can say VAR is against us, but you as Chelsea fan would say they are bluffing. Spurs can say the same too. Or I think it's this one. People resist the change. Technology doesn't have no pro and cons. It shows it's being used as effective. And also, before VAR, a wrong referee decision will be criticized, coming from my brother Gulam Mustafa.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, there's no pros and cons on the machine. It is all human
It's on the
error.
people using it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
We
So
used
did you
it to help
get my answer
eliminate
to your
human
question,
error,
Steven?
but you've got humans using the system, and therefore, what do you still get? Human error. If we were smart, we would have the clubs. Okay, it's their own decision. We would have the clubs approving the use of the semi-automated offsides we saw at the World Cup and we've seen in the Champions League. That takes an element of human error out of it because you're not doing the lines yourself. It comes up, you then clarify, yes, that appears to be correct. It's a correct decision on the semi-automated offside. I've confirmed that. And then whatever the decision was, yeah? Because you're not drawing the lines then. You're just looking, clarifying, yep, that's correct. Done. You still have the human error aspect on things like the violent conduct, like the kickouts and stuff like that, and the fouls like the Romero one, like the Udogie one. You still have stuff like that, of course, but the offsides are the big issue. And they're where a lot of human error could happen, in a sense that because you're trying to be so precise with drawing a line, and sometimes they do it from the armpit, sometimes they do it from the sleeve of the shirt. Like, there's no consistency with it. So the semi-automated offside would take away that. But another thing about technology can be good. If it's used correct, it's good. You look at the fact that goal line technology doesn't require human use, right? Same as a semi-automated offside. Brilliant. It works. Perfect. No issues. Except from that one game after COVID where I think it was Aston Villa and the system was down. But it's the one time there's actually been an error with it.
All right, Gulam Mustafa, thank you very much for your wonderful comments that you sent in. I think the experienced people behind the VAR will change the VAR issues. I don't think they're experienced. There's no experience in the VAR room in that Premier League. Premier League, the English Premier League. There are no experienced people in there. If they are experienced, people are saying even if that's what Paul Mason put up earlier on. I'm about to share that with you guys over here. Sky Sports guy, ex Arsenal striker who is a Chelsea fan. I was kind of surprised that this man is an Arsenal striker, but then yet he is a Chelsea fan. He said it. Sky Sports Paul Merson pins his latest column on Chelsea's dramatic victory over London rivals Tottenham Hotspur. The ex-Arsenal striker believes VAR can be improved by using former players. That's it. That's the the keyword. The keyword over here is former players. Mason also
a lot of
praises
people are calling for that as well, by the way.
What was that, Stephen?
Just quickly, sorry to interrupt, but a lot of people have been calling for that pretty much since the beginning, is to have former players in that room. Okay. But they don't do it. Yeah. Train them up, then there's no issue for them to be in there. Just make sure it's not people like Carragher and Neville.
They have to use those. They have to use these international break to do some training. They have to have a workshop, or even when the Premier League comes to an end, they have to bring in. And Gulam Mustafa also said the Qatar World Cup had VAR controversies itself. Not as many as we see in the Premier League. I'm not so sure.
Premier League is like every day.
Sure. Yeah, it's every day. I'm not so sure if you've listened to the conversation in that Liverpool game. If you listen to that conversation in that Liverpool game, the VAR audio, you will be upset. Is gutted the right word?
I guess, right? Yeah. more so
You'll
if
be
you're a
gutted.
Liverpool fan. But like, as a general fan, you're disappointed in the fact that they came to a wrong conclusion because you're there like, it's so blatant. How have you somehow
Missed that.
forgotten what the initial decision is? Because that's supposedly what happened, right? He supposedly somehow forgot what the on-field decision was. And they didn't realize till after the ball had been played. But I've got an issue with this, right? I forgot which one they've got, which clown they've got on Sky Sports, right? But it's a former referee. I always forget which one it is, but I know it's one of the ones that we're not very popular with, right? Doesn't like us. But that's a common thing, so that's not a shock to anyone. But when he was explaining it, he said that under IFAB rules, once play had restarted, they couldn't then go back to that and change it.
Bring it back.
What happened, I think it was the next week, or it was either next week or next day. Chelsea versus Burnley the next week, actually. Chelsea score. Kickoff has happened. The ball goes out of play, and then they stop it to check the goal. I thought under IFAB rules they couldn't do that. I thought they couldn't stop to check something after restart of play. So 1 week, they can't go against the IFAB rules because that's what's set. And the next, it's Chelsea, and they're going, play's restarted, but we got to check the goal that we've given already. What are we doing here? This is why I say to you, in terms of talent and managers and stuff like that, best league in the world. Undoubtedly, the best league in the world. Officials, we're the worst.
Very bad. Bad officiating.
Best league, worst officials. We need to sort this out. Get us some of the best foreign officials, yeah? Because that's what this league deserves. You deserve the best officials for the best league. Okay, granted that Jared Gillett guy is Australian. He's a foreign ref and he's a fraud. But it don't mean all of them are. We've seen it.
You're talking about Damon Gallagher. I listen to him almost every evening on
That's the one.
Every evening. Yeah, he explains what is going on in the Premier League, whether this is a red card situation or not. He comes on TalkSport every evening. That's what DJ Sav is talking about. Damon Gallagher is that referee you're talking about. But I got some funny image from Bleacher Report over here, and I know you guys will like this. It's very funny. You want to see it, guys? It's a very, very funny video. What is going on here? I want someone to interpret. Look at this over here. Look at this video. What is going on here? The goalkeeper is right here by the center line. Look at that. Let me bring this one closer. Let's look at this first. This image here. That is Reece James. That's Mark Cucurella right here. This is Cucurella. It's about to take off. Let's see what Cucurella is doing. Steven said that's the clown. Okay, thanks, DJ. He said, okay. So yeah, that's a goalkeeper right here. It's like, what's going on here? So should in case this guy set forward and Reece James hooped the ball in the back of the net. What kind of tactics is this? What kind of tactics is this, Steven? Oh my goodness. So can you interpret this for me, Steven? What's going on in this picture here? Is that Reece James or Cucurella laughing? I'm not so sure. Laughing at the goalkeeper.
Jackson, I think.
Jackson? Jackson don't have dreadlocks. Probably Jackson and Reece James. Or I think it's Jackson and Cucurella. Oh, probably Malagusto. Because he's got that braids. And then this is the second one. Very funny. All right, so guys, that's just by the way. Thank you very much, guys, for being part of the stream. Steven, what's the time? I don't see anything in my stream.
54 minutes we've been streaming.
Yeah, we should be done soon. Exactly 60, we're done for the day. Ghulam Mustafa said VAR acts as assistant to referee. The end decision is made by referee itself. DJ Saab said, okay, I've read that one. Steven, foreign referee had their own issues.
They don't have not as many. See my comment before,
like many, no problem, Steven.
The best ones from Europe. I have confidence, and my comments are there saying exactly this. It's not on the same level, and if we get the best ones from Europe, I have confidence that the number of errors we'll see will reduce significantly.
But would it hurt the Premier League to go outside the league and bring in other foreign but look, there's no need. Go to the championship. DJ Sav, Gulam Mustafa, go to the championship. There's no VR machine in there, but we don't get that many controversies as we get in the Premier League. With all the equipment that the Premier League have, they make too many mistakes with the machine, but there's no machine in the championship. We don't see this dodgy decisions.
Except
it will only
Anthony
take
Taylor.
time.
For that penalty. That was brilliant.
I wish
I feel sorry for the
team
team he gave it against, but at the same time, it is brilliant in terms of it's laughable. Like, honestly, it's embarrassing.
I know a lot of you have seen that video. I would have, if I don't have the strength and the power to show you that video, else my YouTube will be messing with me.
Tweet it out. If one of us finds it, tweet it out.
The tweet, I was trying to see if I can find the video itself. All right, it will only take time. After 3 to 4 years, no one will talk about VAR issue anymore. We've
had it for about the same period of time, and it's actually arguably it's getting worse. That's the issue, is actually getting worse. And I know you're saying about championship refs, right? The issue is you have to train them on the technology and all this, right? And I'm not saying rule them out, but if the ones that are in the Premier League now are supposedly the elite referees in England and they're doing this badly, that's why I want foreign refs who we've seen do well in Europe and stuff. So why not try it? Get a handful of refs from other leagues, try it out. If it doesn't work, okay, we tried it. It's still the same, but we tried to change it for the better, and it didn't work. Like, I agree. There's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion, because otherwise we're stuck with this. You've got to try something new, and if we don't try foreign referees, I'm not saying it's the perfect solution. By no means am I saying that. I'm just saying I think it will be an improvement on what we have now. Arguably not saying a lot, but I do think the number of errors significantly reduces, which is what we want.
All right. I mean, there's no harm in trying. There's no harm in trying something new.
I'm just quickly reading Gulam's comment. But if you get the foreign ref, you will be killing your local talent. Instead of improving the ref training, hiring foreign ref will have other issues. Language barriers, one of them. But what you do, right? So to be a referee in a Champions League for games, you have to be able to speak both languages, right? That's how you have to communicate. So you look at who's refereed games with English teams, because they have to be able to communicate with the captains and stuff of both teams. So if they've refereed an English team's game, chances are they can communicate in English quite well, and it should be fine. And it's not about killing local talent, right? Sure, give people in the championship a chance, train them up over the summer or something, and try them out, right? Not saying don't do that. But at the same time, we also need to basically gut the majority of these officials we have in the Premier League now, and you can't just get all the championship refs. You have to get ones that are already elite, already used to the technology that's used as well, so that you don't have to train them up. So sure, get a bit of a mix, championship, and then other foreign referees that can speak English and stuff. 100%. I'm not saying get rid of English refs entirely. Maybe that's how it came across. Wasn't the intention of it coming across like that, because that's not what I meant at all. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's the way I see it, is maybe get a bit of championship and a bit of foreign refs, because honestly, if people complain about foreign refs and they're making less mistakes and they're making mistakes that aren't as bad as what we're seeing now, just I can't deal.
Okay. All right. So Gulam, I think statement. I was going to answer some of the questions. I mean, the your comments that you brought in. Jackson, DJ Sav asked this question: do you think that we will sign a striker in January? If so, who is most
Who's most
likely?
likely? Sorry,
Sorry to
change topic.
change the topic. No, you're not changing the topic. You're right. You just want to know our point of view.
Ivan Toney in
And
January. That's my thoughts.
yeah, we'll come to that. Ivan Toney. I mean, it will be the closest one. That the deal that can be done so easily will be Ivan Toney. I only asked as much as I was happy with Jackson. I think we had Nkuku in the team, and Nkuku in the team, and Osimhen or Tony will score 8 to 10 goals yesterday, which 100% I agree with you.
Alone probably scores 8 or 10 if we play him as a striker.
You
As
fix
in the game yesterday.
Yeah. You fix the issue from the inside first, then you can go outside. The best solution is to hire those referees as consultants or trainees to the new referees. Gulam said again, the next issue you will face them criticizing we don't get foreign referees for our match. That's why we lost due to bad local referees. And also, Gulam, you said something in regards to language barrier. Officiating may be a bit different, but football doesn't have a language. I know players that have played in other football clubs for many years never speak English. Diego Costa is one of them. He never speak a single English when he was with Chelsea, but he did communicate very well on the pitch because football has its own language.
On the training thing, right? Just quickly, because we have gone over. But on the training thing, the one thing I want to quickly touch on is that they literally make the referees sit down and watch. This is like the guys at PGMOL have said, like, they sit down and the referees have to basically, I think it was they have to basically analyze their performance from their game on the weekend. But they keep making the same mistakes. How are you analyzing, supposedly getting top training to get better, and you're still making the same or worse mistakes than what you made? It makes no sense to me. Like, my brain can't compute it because you're getting the training every week. You're analyzing your own performance to point out where you went wrong, what you could have done better, and all these things. We learn that stuff in school. You put basically a positive, what you can improve and all this. We learn that in school. That's basically what they do. They analyze, I made a mistake here. This is what I could have done better. This is what I could do to improve that. Yeah. And they still go out and make the same mistakes next week. It's embarrassing. If that's really the process they're going through and they're not just saying that for the cameras, it is a total and utter embarrassment that they continue to referee games.
All right, so yesterday, guys, this is where we bring the stream to an end. Yesterday, we see a 90 minutes trailer with Tottenham Hotspur getting all the credit. Why not Chelsea? Chelsea is a team with a victory yesterday. We have been here for over an hour talking, discussing TB game yesterday. Steven and I brings you the everything you can talk about transfer news and in the Premier League and outside the Premier League as well. Thanks to each and every one of you that make it possible to watch us live on Blueclouds, Football Minutes on Blueclouds Media on YouTube and also on Facebook. The yourself said, according to Brentford and the manager himself, Tony will stay until the summer. It will take an effort. It will take an offer of almost 100 million to get Tony this January. Is there does it worth that? No, Tony doesn't worth 100 million. He hasn't played football for quite a while, and I know Tony wants to leave the football club. I think he has a crush on Brentford Football Club at this moment, and he wants to move on. And it's something that I did talk to. I have that with me. That question that I asked Thomas Frank during the preseason, that with what is going on with Ivan Toney, does he see Ivan Toney returning and playing for the football club? He said he doesn't know, but it's up to Ivan Toney. So if Ivan Toney himself feel like he wants to move on, he didn't give me the answer, but he felt like, let's let him get back, let him done with his suspension, and then we'll see from there. But to me, there's so many rumors, which I always say that with every rumor, there is a little bit of truth in it. Tony will be moving away from Brentford Football Club. There is highly linked with Arsenal Football Club, but you can assess these two clubs and say who really need Ivan Toney so much. Arsenal Football Club has two players that scores them the goals. They don't have problem with scoring goals, but they have problem with how they can get over the line by winning the Premier League. And they feel like if they have Ivan Toney, he might be the guy that can get them all the goals all the time. In KTI will get you goals, but cannot get you goals maybe in those big games. Gabriel Jesus is a complete player, but then not that poacher that you'll be looking for. They feel like Ivan Toney will be the desired player to help them out, which and to me, I feel like Ivan Toney will be better playing at Chelsea because Chelsea doesn't have any out-and-out striker at all. We don't have any. Armando Broja is injured. Jackson is not a typical number 9. I see him to be a 10. Jackson, I see him to be a 10 than a number 9. He's more creative. He's more good with the ball than finishing. You saw that a lot from a lot of those mistakes yesterday. He could have had 4 goals. Jackson could have been on the score sheet 4 times, but then because of that striking instinct that is not in his blood, he missed that football or volleyball opportunity being given to me, blasted on top of the ball. I mean the goalpost. So I think Chelsea need Ivan Toney more, but 800 million DJ South, I don't think he's worth 100 million. It's too much. He's too much. He's not been playing football for 18 months. So why 100 million? I think the best that Ivan Toney can ask for is 80 million. And I think Chelsea can afford to go there. But yes, there's been lots of reports from Simon Johnson and also Simon Johnson that reports for Talk Sports, and also Simon Phillip that also reports. And I've been listening to his tweets and listening to his podcast. And Chelsea will be going into the transfer window, January transfer window, and bring in a striker. We're not sure who that striker is going to be. Time will tell. It's been Steven and I bringing you Football Minutes live on Blueclouds Media. Steven, is there anything you want to say before we say bye-bye to everyone and catch you guys again tomorrow?
Just the usual stuff. Like the stream, subscribe if you're new, turn the bell notification on. You'll never miss a stream or a video that gets posted. And yeah, back tomorrow.
Back tomorrow, Steven said. Steven, little Desperados.
Hang on to hope.
Absolutely. Hang on to hope, guys. Do not go anywhere. If you're struggling, remember, there is something out there for you. So do not give up. Hang on to the hope, and you'll find. Don't worry too much about tomorrow. Tomorrow is taking care of itself already. Worry about today and at this moment, because no one knows tomorrow. See you guys again tomorrow, same time, 5 p.m. UK time, and also 12 p.m. Eastern time, Michigan time, and American time. We'll see you guys again. Bye-bye. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Blueclouds TV.